Hello again. My name is Hugh. Welcome to my channel and my rather messy workshop. Today's video is going to be, again, it's a very simple little project, very little turning, a lot of sanding, which I will probably spare you. But in May, I put up a video when one of our sons and his fiance offered me an old chest of drawers, pine chest of drawers, and from the top part I made those four lovely breadboards. So this is part two of using that, and in November, as I said on one of the other videos, I've got a big craft fair coming up, so I thought, right, so out of the other pieces, now if you look at the thumbnail, the bits I used for the breadboard are on the far right, and these pieces are now from the ones on the left, first in from that one. So I've rough cut on the bandsaw 3 12-inch discs, but I also got out of it two, what size? No tape measure. 9-inch, 10-inch, and probably 5-6-inch. They'll be used for something different in the future, so watch out for those. As you can see, I've got one screw with a packing block on there. I've got my centre from when I used my bowl finding jig to find the size. So what I'm going to do now, quickly off camera, drill 3 holes, one in each of these, and then next time you see them, there'll be one of them will be on there. So let me get that done, this put on there, and I'll see you in a sec. Okay, so that's on there securely. Got 3/8 bowl gouge, so I'm just going to true the edge up, and then I'll be sanding most of this because it is flat. You see the packing's done the job. I've just got a tiny bit of the one screw poking through. So let's get this to round. Helps if you switch the lathe on. That's 1,000. Okay, let me get my full Vapour Mask on. I've got a bit of a cold and a bit of cough at the moment, so I'm going for the full protection rather than just the dust mask. So I'll bring you back in a sec, but that's not a bad finish. I'll bring you back. Okay, so I'm starting at 100, then 120, 150, 180, 240, and then I'll be using some Yorkshire grit. So I'll show you a little bit of the sanding, and I'll bring you back in when I'm putting the next bit on. Speed 500. Excuse the noise. Okay, that's what that's going to look like. I'll bring you back when it's time to put the Yorkshire grit on. I'll see you in a few minutes, or seconds for you. Okay, that's sanded up to 150. So I'm just going to apply some meth or denatured alcohol. That'll do two things. One, it will raise the grain for when I go to 180 and 240, and two, my favourite, I get to see what this looks like. Oh, that's a pretty piece of pine. I'll be honest with you, I was going to put numbers on it, but when it looks like that, I don't think I'm going to. Okay, let that dry off. I'll sand it up to 240 and we'll sort out the next stage. See you in a sec. Hello. Well, I've sanded up to 240 and I'll be honest, I'm going straight to a finish because that is absolutely silky smooth. And the finish I'm going to be using is Howard feeding wax. Oh, look at the grain. Beautiful. So, it don't need a lot of this stuff. That is 3 years old. It does need a little bit more on the end grain, as I would expect. Okay, so that's going to take 20 minutes to set off. So whilst that's setting off camera, I'm going to get the other two blanks on, get them up to this stage, then I'll bring you back when it's time to flip it around and do the back. I'll see you in a sec. Okay, so that's 20 minutes. I've got the other two done to exactly the same as these, or this one. And there they are. So just look in my box, and the one thing I'm missing, or two things I'm missing, is clock movements and hands. So I've just ordered those. They should be here tomorrow, if not the day after. So what I'm going to do now, which will be it for today, I'll show you this. I'm just going to put another coat of Howard feeding wax on this. I'm going to buff this off first and then apply a second coat, do that to the other two and then leave them overnight. So okay, so that's what that's going to look like. It's exactly the same as the first coat, and I'll do the same to the other two, and I'll see you when it's time to flip it over, finish the backs, and then put it all together. I'll see you in a second for you. Okay, so this is the following morning. That's gone off. I've just given this a quick buff. It's now time to start work on the back. But obviously I want to protect this. So, bit of kitchen towel. There's a bit of padding. And then I can screw that on and now get to work on this side. I'll see you in a sec.
Okay, I've got my full dust mask on. I'm going to start off with 80. I've got some tear out here. If I need to, I'll just get the bowl guard out and just skim and clear these edges. Let's see what happens. Excuse the noise. Okay, that's quite good. So I'm going to go back now to starting from 100 across here up to the 240. I'm not worried about that because the clock mechanism itself is going to hide that, so it will never be seen. So you've seen all of that sanding before, so I won't bore you with any of that, and I'll bring you back once I've got all three done.
All the cloth movements and the hands are arriving today, so I'll see you next when it's time to put movement and the hands on. I'll see you in a second. Okay, so that took longer than expected. There we go. I've only put one coat of Howard's feeding wax on the back because it is the back, but it still looks lovely. Well, they all look lovely. Just some dust off there, and yeah, I'm happy. So off to have a cup of tea and wait patiently for the clock movement and the hands to arrive. So I don't know how long that's going to be for me, but it'll be a second for you. See you in a bit. Oh, as you can see, all the parts have arrived. I'll put links in the description below of this because it comes as a kit, and these hands. So there's the face and there's the back. As you can see, when I tried that up against there, yeah, I thought I'd get away with it. So off camera, because you've seen me put mortises in things before, I just then quickly on the lathe put a mortise there, quick sand and some Howard's feeding wax. So let's get all of this lot out. Oh, come on. Okay. So battery goes in there. That goes on top like that. There is a little recess in there that fits over the little lip there. And then, now the one thing I like about when I do these clocks and I put it on a worm screw, put that on the right way, Hugh, is that the worm screw is actually just a fraction bigger than, oh sorry, just a fraction smaller than the screw thread on these inserts. So it fits in there. So that's where I want that to go. So put that up at vertical, drop the brass washer over, and then I use an 11mm socket because I've seen people use pliers and things, and if you slip off you can damage the face, and after spending all that time finishing it. There. The hands you can't get wrong because they're stepped. The largest one hole goes first, which is the hour hand. I'm just going to place these on because I never leave these on for transport, because they are delicate and they bend easily, but please don't ask me how I know that. Now all the hands have protective coverings on them, which again I leave until I'm at the craft fair, but I just check that everything goes around nicely. Now that's loose, but it does, I haven't forced it in. There you go, that's one clock. I'm going to put the other two together now, and then I'll put some pictures up of the three of them at the end. So if you've liked the video, you can give it a thumbs up. If you haven't, give it a thumbs down. If it's your first time here and you have liked it but you're not subscribed, you can click on my icon at the bottom, or whichever side, and YouTube lets you know when I upload a video, which is normally a Thursday morning. All you oldies, diehards, originals as ever, Doc of Ariane, thank you very much. I appreciate it. So I'll put some stills up at the end. Like it, share it, all those good things everybody says. So all that's left for me to say now is, please take care, please stay safe. I'll see you next week around 10 AM on Thursday, and hoil!